Hello, this is Grandma's Gone Gaming. I am at long last bringing you episode 9 of my series, my 2019 series, just my GGG-2019 world. It's been a long time coming because there have been really glitchy snapshots, which is what I'm playing in. A couple of times I've just had to leave it alone and then wait for the next snapshot to come out because the villagers would just glitch out, and that's what I was working with. And so I've been trying to figure out all the different systems. I had brought stuff over here to my warehouse, and I was in the house that was over there, which is still over there, but it's different now. But anyway, here the doors over here, that's the villagers, the new villagers. Anyway, I got a little additional thing put out here with a chicken pen, and I'm not trying to do anything automated. I've been focusing on the villagers per se. I think I have 5 chickens out here because I threw some eggs. I'm just going to throw these now. I don't really have any need to make pumpkin pie. I could. I have pumpkins, but no chickens that time. Just made a little place here. I've expanded several things and trying to keep the new mechanics going with the villagers. Oh no, we don't want you in here. See, now, all I have in here now is an anvil, which doesn't work for any kind of a workstation, and I have my regular furnaces here and a crafting table, and then just stuff, okay? And I don't want them in here. I had doors on here, but they would go in and out, so and then they would try to register to the other things that I had in here, but I have spent a lot of time. I have actually gone back and forth between backups and back in, and I've had crashing, and I've had all sorts of different stuff, but I think I mostly have this figured out now, and we are in 1.14 pre-release 1. Now, earlier in the day I had some crashing going on, but I discovered that I actually had some stuff going on in the background. I had some updates coming in from my system. So anyway, this is here the butcher shop slash kitchen, because really there is only one workstation that is necessary for these guys, and there are 2 of them because I got 2 of them. I started with spawn eggs, and then they started having babies, but they are not over abundantly. I had one version of this. I just had to actually go back and completely get rid of a save because I ended up with like almost 200 villagers, and then golems overriding everything. Well, right now I don't have any golems, but I've only been in this for a short time. I don't know why. There were golems, and now we're in a pre-release. I mean, the snapshot before, there were 2 snapshots back there were golems, and they actually were almost too many. But then there were none in snapshot 19W14B, and they have not showed up in the pre-release either, although I've played for a little while. I haven't played too long because, like I said, it was crashing on me, but it doesn't seem to be now, so that's good. Anyway, during all this time, I figured out the trades for the guys next door, and then I made this. So I'm going to start here, which is next to my warehouse. So I've got item frames up here, and I'm working in Soartex again. I got tired of ZigZag, so I can see things better in Soartex. Here we have stuff from the jungle that I had gotten. I think I showed you the jungle in 8. I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, so I have cocoa beans there, and I can make dye with that, but I can also just keep them in here for whatever I need to use them for. Eggs here. This is all food in here now, plus things with food. I've been trading these. You get a lot of emeralds from these guys. Now I have done a little bit of creative trading, like to begin with, but it doesn't take like a couple of trades and you have enough emeralds because of the way they work, and I'll show you that in here in a little bit. But I also have, this is from the garden from before, but the gardens have all been changed. Since we have 2 of these guys, because what happened was there was a guy in here that already had I spawned the one guy to be registered to one of these, to the smokers. Oh, hey, there's food in there. Cooked salmon. Okay, there we go. Salmon there. Now I've been trading for most of the stuff. You can get food from them too. So that, like I said, that's kind of a plus, a big plus. Oh, I didn't put any coal in either one of those yet. Okay, anyway, so then because the farmers were over there, another guy was born. And because I had this open here with them, I was going to let them share it. I forgot. Something happened anyway. He knew there was a smoker in here. They can sense it, and he turned into a butcher as well. But somehow it was a mess. So I ended up with 2 of them, and I didn't really want 2 of them, but that's okay. They do have slightly different trades, which I can't show you now because they're sound asleep, which they're so cute sleeping in their beds, and they do seem to stay in them again now. I'm going to go ahead and sleep here so we can wake these guys up. I'm not sure how long it's been since I slept anyway, and I really don't want to fight phantoms in the middle of this. I want to try to get this done. This was also so they couldn't go in there and sleep in my bed. Alright, so we have a bell here. I'm not going to ring it because it sets them on fire. But no, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It sets them, gets them all worried about having pillagers, and they go hide for a little bit in here, in their houses. Okay, so we have here Butch the first, which I'm not sure if he was the first or last, but he wants raw chicken. He is up to, what is he? He tells me he is an apprentice. So I've traded with him quite a bit. He was the first one, I think, then. Anyway, still wants raw chicken, and he wants emeralds, but he will, for coal, you can put a stack of coal in there and get all those emeralds from him, and he doesn't lock up very much. They also, about every hour or so, they get fresh trades. Butch the second. He has the same kind of stuff here. Depending on how far you go with them, you can see things slightly different. But anyway, I have 2 of them that I can trade with if one locks up for a short time at least. Alright, so we're going to go over here. No, we'll go here first. This was actually, I already had my little house here. This was vines that came from the jungle, and I'd been growing them and putting them away. Anyway, this is my the first farmer that I made, and his name is now Farmer John, because in 19W14B I couldn't make their names. I was able to come in and actually make, because they had glitched out the anvil, so you couldn't type in a name tag name. It just wouldn't open up and do it for you. Anyway, Farmer John here, he has been pretty well set up with things. He actually even can scroll down. I can get suspicious stew from him now. I haven't yet, but I have gotten melon from him. And you can see things here that are, there's stuff crossed out. It's like he would normally take 4 melon, but he would give me a discount right now. Back up. There we go. Carrots, I've traded him, all those things. Anyway, so yeah, he has been really nicely busy. I planted my pumpkins over here. He seems to like to tend to them. They weren't farming in 19W14A. They did start farming a little bit in 14B, but they would just take out like every once in a while something. They actually do not seem to. These have all been replanted a couple times. Now see here, there's one that's been taken out. He probably does not have any regular seeds. And here's another one. He doesn't probably have a regular potato. They seem to do that every once in a while if they're hungry, and if they get something to eat, then they do have babies, and then I have figured out how to get them out of here too. Because you don't want them in here because they start trying to take over the beds. If these guys get in here first, that's good. Let's see what we have. We have potatoes here. Let's make sure that he has a little bit of potatoes here. He should go back and pick those up. Yeah, he might go out and replant those now. Alright, let's see. We have seeds in here somewhere. Yeah, okay, right in here. And we'll give him some seeds as well. Actually, this is his composter here. He's the one that uses that, and you can get your bone meal from that. So there's, wait, I've put the bone meal in here with the pumpkin seeds and stuff like that. So let's give him at least some of those. He's not gonna, will you come back and get them? Yeah, there. Okay, so he might replant those. So down here, okay, over here we also have the fisherman's thing here. This is the barrel. This is where the fisherman stuff goes. Those actually should go over to the church. They don't need to be in here. I put them in here when was just kind of emptying things. I've been getting buckets from him like crazy, because if you trade him the right kind of stuff, he will give you buckets of cod. At this point, anyway. We also have the Fletcher station over here, with which, come on, it should show me. Doesn't show me anything with it. I guess it doesn't do anything. It just it lets the here we go, Fletch. His name is Fletch. He will trade you for arrows and stuff like that. Now, I haven't done a whole lot with him, but he has been traded with a couple of times. And then here is the loom, with which you can make special banners. And we have woolen carpet here and dye up here, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. And I have a couple of leads from the traders, from the roaming traders, and some shears. Anyway, and kind of want you to see another night where they go into their beds, but we also need to get this done. So anyway, over here, then on the other side of this, I have roped off everything that doesn't belong in here, because otherwise they start getting really confused and really confusing. As long as you have everything ordered for them, they are really nice. Over here, I keep doing that, hitting it twice. Took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do those. Anyway, I put my sheep over here. I just only am keeping a few. I killed a bunch of the ones, butchered a bunch of sheep. We have meat come out for days. Anyways, I just have those that I can dye, and then because you can re-dye sheep in different colors. You don't really need more than that. And then I can use the shears on them to get their wool. And this guy here is my mount if I need it. Excuse me, sorry to yawn. Oh, okay, we have another. Okay, so now these guys are producing over here, which is great. I really don't want them producing over here. I figured out, though, how to get the babies out of the regular areas with boats. Hi, guy. So yeah, they will come in and bounce on the beds. They love to bounce on the beds. And they play games. There are no golems, though. They should be also having. There's two babies there. Anyway, then we have these guys. Now watch what happens when you click on them. He doesn't have any trades. I don't think they call them nitwits anymore. They're just unemployed. No, he doesn't have anything. He's sad. I tell him the same thing. Now, they don't, of course. They're like regular babies used to be. But oh no, look, see, I don't have anything. I don't have any profession, nothing yet. So yeah, he's just that way. Now, again, here the gates are on here for a reason. We don't want them in here. Don't want them in here because it's very touchy how the beds work. Now, these guys each one has their own bed. So I do have another place underneath in the dungeon area that has enchantments, but I also put them in here because it's perfect, because this is my quote church library. I took that church, the church was here, and I took a structure block and recreated it, made one facing the other direction. So I have a door over there and a door over here, and we have the beds for all of these guys, and they have names too. Mappy is the cartographer, Booker is the librarian, Old Leather is the leather worker, and Pastor Bob is the cleric. So we have, I put the cauldron in here with this because you can use it with that. I usually just fill a bunch of water bottles out at the water, and we have lots of water around here. But we have all the brewing stuff here, but there isn't anything in there. It's all down in the other dungeons, and I'll bring it all up here. But anyway, I just wanted to get these things ready. And we have over here the cartography table. This is for the leatherworker. Like I said, this is the brewing stand. It's for the cleric, and this is for the librarian here. And if you have two maps, you can, a map, two people can read a map. You have to put a map on it to make it work. Okay, and then I have all that stuff over here and another anvil because that really doesn't affect anything, and I can go upstairs up there. I wanted to try to make it so they could just have stairs and go up, but I didn't have enough space, and I wanted to get everything squeezed in there. So in this side I have the cattle because it's the leather worker, and I can butcher them as need be for food and leather, and restock them. I can feed them, breed them, all that kind of stuff. Over here, I had a boat out here because we had babies in here, and so I had put boats on both sides to push the babies into it. Are they going to bed? Not yet. But I came over one day. I wasn't paying any attention over here, and All four of them were out here in the two boats were out in the yard. They had jumped in. It's like, oh man, I think they had been out here like for 3 days and nights because I hadn't been over here paying attention. So these places I just have beds in for the babies that are born. These are my monster killing stations and all that kind of stuff here. More, what do I have here? I just have them named cabins, and they're a little bit different. I did take off extra doors. You don't need any extra doors. Yeah, I know you don't have anything, but I'm just saying hi. Alright, so out here we have, since it's still light, we can go out here. The trader keeps dropping by, and then he leaves after a while, and then he comes back again, and he brings more of these guys. And so to corral them until I can do something with them and make them a pen out here, which seems to be where he either shows up here or way over there in a nice open spot. So I will probably make a llama pen over here. This looks like I'm in the llama shipping business, I think. Anyway, they stay there and they don't go anywhere. He only had one the first time, and I couldn't figure out why he only had one. The other one was on top of the red mushroom. That's where he spawned. Oh, I'm going to have to get back in here. We can go in this way, and I'll show you this part after it's night here. But let me get inside. This is a monster trap here. So, yeah, we can go in here. Now, these are my banners that came from the pillagers that have been here. This is the forge, which took me a while to figure out how to design this so they couldn't get in and get hurt, and yet I could still have my lava here. I have plenty of these here just because I could. This was another structure block thing. I copied that one and put it in here. So, and this one's facing the same direction. So that is hard to do, try to get that oriented when you've done that. I have all of the stuff up here, and I should actually go sleep, but here we have this guy, I believe, is the, yeah, this is why I put their name tags on. This is the toolsmith. He's the tool guy, you know, like in the old, what was it, TV thing, the Tim the Tool Guy, you know. Anyway, that's what he is. And this is Armando. He is the armorer. Okay, and this is the toolsmith thing here. This is the weaponsmith thing, I think it is. No, this is the masonry thing. So we have here, yeah, this is Stony Mason. And this is, come on, where's your name tag? In the wall. Oh, there. That's Mr. Smith. He's the toolsmith. So, yeah, they have all their stuff here where I can trade with them. And they have this nice little place. And they are sleeping in their correct beds. The beds that they got when they first registered to their workstations, which is, it's perfect. That's how it should be. I've had little houses in and out of here because of the babies being born, and I needed to get them out of where they were. I'm going to go through. Now, oh, this is the pig pen because the butchers are over here, and you know, they don't do anything with the animals. It's just keeping them close and, you know, having them there if I need them. Yeah, so the farms are here. I'm going to go see if they planted while I was over there. Nope, he did not plant there, not at least. And there's water underneath all of these trapdoors. And there's a baby in here. So do we have a boat? Well, you know how the boats work. See, right now, hopefully there aren't any babies in the beds. They haven't replanted anything. They do seem to do it. Let's check in here. Because the beds do seem to be registering correctly, although they sometimes sleep up on the windowsill or halfway out of the bed. But at least they are in their own beds, and they did not allow the baby to sleep in here. Yeah, if you're in here and you're noisy, they will look at you. What was it I was going to get? A boat. I think I put the boat in here. No, we can just do one. We have wood. Let's make a boat. I think I have a couple in the warehouse. Oh, I was going to bring the paper. Oh, no. The paper is supposed to go... Who gets the paper? Oh, over in the church. I'll just keep it in there. Okay, we're going to go that way anyway. And there's a bell here. Each section has their own bell. Out in front of, right here on the side of the forge, actually. It's easier to keep it out of their way. If they run into it, they get stuck. You see, he's over here. So we'll just put this down by him. Come on. We're going to have a place to put it. Okay, stop for a few seconds. Alright, so then we'll get in it with him. Okay, and then we can take him down onto the path. We can't get off the path and put him back on the path. You know, so we're going to turn around here. Doing this at night is a lot better because then you have the guys in their beds. They're not running around trying to get out of those places like that. So we're going to go all the way over here, just right in here somewhere, and dump him. He will try to go back in there at first. But by the second night, he will find a bed. Come on. I don't want to hit him with the sword. There we go. Now he may or may not go find a bed out here. He was trying to get over this way. It looks like he's gonna. They have fixed that then, because at first they would try to get back to where they came from. Now, I don't know why he didn't go and use. There are 2 beds in here. Maybe they're full of. No, nobody in there. Pretty sure there weren't. Oh, excuse me. There are 2 babies in there. That's why he didn't go in there. Now those 2 babies should actually register to those beds. That can be a problem. Now see, he's going to go in and out. He's not happy with that arrangement. Maybe it's because he's lonely. He did go in, but we'll see where he goes. Yeah, see, but by the second night, he should settle down. And if not, by the time he grows up, he will. They all have. It took a little while, but they did. So it's just kind of a process that they go through. There's plenty of beds. Yeah, see here with 2 of the grown-ups there. So they do have some chaperones in here now. And there's more space here. And then this cute little cottage over here also has, I think I got 2 beds squeezed into there. Yeah, at first there was just 1, but yeah. So I just named them all, and all the guys have name tags. And I guess that's it. I think that's all I was going to show you. Oh, then there's cats everywhere. As soon as you, no, they were not here in the village before, but I emptied out all the other guys over here because it was such a mess. I actually went back to a save backup before I got all of those extra villagers that were just like multiplying like crazy, going nuts. Really, it was a mess. Anyway, and there were no cats until I came back in, and then it just started out with spawn eggs. I got rid of the villagers that were in here because they were just totally glitched out by then, and started over again. So that's what, I just did the spawn eggs to start with so that I could find out how they'd register correctly. And now I know that now, once the babies are now controlled, when you get a baby, go for the next thing. I'll show that. I'm going to do that in like a tutorial. I pretty much have it figured out how to do it now, and it crashed on me.